Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to Cardiff City World. Welcome back to the EFL season. Unfortunately, Cardiff City are in League One, but they've kicked off with a bang. Brian Barry Murphy is doing something. We don't quite know what he's doing, but he's doing it and he's doing it well. Cardiff City 2, Peterborough 1, 3 points in the bag, a performance full of energy, character, and above all else, something genuinely special brewing under this manager. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement. It was about Cardiff City's academy. 9 academy graduates in the first team's matchday squad. Average age of 22 years old. A young, aggressive, front-footed side packed full of the graduates, packed full of young talent, and they turned over one of the League One stalwarts. Yes, they might not be the team they once were, but they are still a very difficult team to play against, and it was a difficult opening fixture. And Cardiff City did it, and they did it with a bit of style. And today, as always, we're breaking it all down. This is 5 things we learned from City 2, Peterborough 1. Let's go. Number 1, Dylan Lawler, not the finished article, but, still a player, isn't he? So let's start with the man himself, right? Dylan Lawler. We've talked about him for months on Cardiff City World, if not longer. People have talked about him ever since his FA Cup debut. There's been a feeling he's something special. And yesterday, I thought he showed it again. I know some people thought he wasn't great, but on the ball, just sublime. On the ball, genuinely exceptional. FB ref had him completing 93% passes, 7 progressive passes from defence, 5 long ball successes. His passing range is already one of the best in this squad. He's calm under pressure, composed. He scans early and brings that coolness to the build-up. He's got a picture of where everyone is ahead of time, and he just gives a complete different dimension to our build-up play. Now, you can see BBM's influence on him. He stepped into the midfield zones. He's going to create overloads with Joel Cowwell, with Wintle, with Pacquiao on that side. He offers these great angles for passes, and it just makes it much easier for the midfield pivot, Wintle in this case, to just pick up second balls, pop off little one-touch passes. It's impressive, but, look, at 18, 19, there's going to be ups and downs. And in the second half, we saw another side of him, like just maybe struggling a little bit physically, but I didn't think it was that bad. First half, he gives a tactical foul, gets booking. It is a booking. But he brought him down at the right spot, away from goal, on the sideline, stopped the break. I don't think he looked rattled. I don't think he looked like frustrated. He took one for the team, and unfortunately that meant that he had to be careful. And then when the penalty comes, it's a poor touch from Bagan, poor pass from Fish. It breaks. Lawler has to commit. He does. The guy knocks it around him. He's probably a booking. Luckily for him, the ball breaks and Fish makes a challenge, takes the ball in my opinion, and the ref gives a penalty, so they get the advantage of the penalty. They don't get the yellow card for Lawler. Now, it's interesting because I didn't think that. I thought Will Fish got the ball. So really, Dylan Lawler probably should get red card, but I'm glad he didn't. And whether you agree with that decision of the ref or not, that moment showed Dylan Lawler's still learning. And I thought Brian Barry Murphy took him off at the right time. If you take him off at half time, it feels like a negative for the boy. Being hooked at half time, even though you'd only taken him off to protect him from a sending off. To him, it would have felt like being hooked at half time. Very clever, like to go and, give him an hour. Excellent. And I really thought Dylan Lawler, I don't agree that he was awful, like some have said. I thought he was really good on the ball, defensively, very good. Just some moments, you're going to get that, whoever you are, especially with a young player. He's not the finished article. We all know this. But what a platform and what a player, like what a prospect to build around. I think it's absolutely vital that he's in the team on Thursday, but alongside Callum Chambers, got to build that partnership up. Number 2, Ryan Wintle. Finally, I get to see what people have been telling me about him. Look, all right, let's give some love to the senior man, Ryan Wintle, because we finally saw that Ryan Wintle performance that people keep telling me about. I've been waiting to see. When he came back in the summer, I don't think anyone expected him to stay. Now, I can be honest, I've been very critical of him. Many fans have. But since he's come back, he looks motivated. He looks focused. He looks energized. And against Peterborough, he was fantastic. He's been fantastic in pre-season. And then it wasn't just like a workman-like performance. It was a genuinely good performance in that pivot role. Started as a single pivot and then ended up covering enough ground for 2. 12 ball recoveries, 4 interceptions, 2 tackles. What impressed me just as much as that is his use of the ball. Short passes to control the tempo, spot on. Like switches of play out to Tanner and Bagan, spot on. Superb. Even a couple of those little disguised passes through the midfield lines allowed Joel Corwell and Ruben Corwell to turn and run at defenders. Really, really good stuff. Ryan Wintle looked sharp. He looked focused and he looked engaged. I don't think it's a coincidence that we've seen his best game in Cardiff City shirt, probably, when the average age is 22. He's the glue, yeah. He's the screen in front of the back 4, and you can see how much responsibility means to him. But also, he's got legs and aggression and energy around him. Makes a difference. People forget he was basically on that way out, but now he's going to be Brian Barry Murphy's go-to guy, the anchor in this young midfield, this young team. If he can maintain this level, this intensity, this leadership, then the tempo setting role, then suddenly we've got a balanced midfield with energy, structure and nous. Number 3, Joel Cowell has arrived. Let's talk about Joel Cowell, yeah? Because this was a first team debut and a half. Let's be real, it could not have gone much better, bar a goal. Couldn't have gone any better. There's been whisperings for years that Joel might actually be more of a complete player than Ruben. He's got that bite. He's got the drive. He's got the legs. He's got the aggression. What we saw here today was a mature tenacity and real tactical awareness. Joel Corwell completed more high-intensity presses, according to Y-Scout, than any other Cardiff player. He was relentless, non-stop running, tracking back, pinching the ball, breaking up play, breaking lines with his passing and his movement. Brian Barry Murphy wants energy, wants legs, wants players who can run beyond but also recover. Joel Corwell gives you that. And here's the thing, right? He's only going to get better. This wasn't just running around. It wasn't like headless chicken, enthusiasm, adrenaline. This was a lad who knew where to be and what to do when he was there. He showed positional discipline. He made those intelligent inside runs to support Ruben, covered for Wintle, and stepped up when he needed to, kept things tidy. And it's a credit to Darren Pearce, Gavin Chesterfield. They mapped out this lad's development for him. Dominate the 21s, League 2 loan, League 1 loan, into the first team this year. And here we are, back in the fold at the right time. And now he's ready. He gave the midfield real bite we've lacked, the real urgency, the real fire that we've lacked. And to be fair, while Ruben got the goal, the assist, whatever, not the assist, the headlines, Joel Cowell was a lot of fans' man of the match, and rightly so. Another Cowell in the building. Go on then, let's have it. Number 4, BBM put his money where his mouth is. Youth. Everywhere. Now this one's for the manager, because it would have been easy, so easy for him to go safe. Opening day of the season, dangerous opponent, hard game. A squad that's painfully light on senior players. He could have gone Alnwick and Halworth in goal. No one would have batted an eyelid. He could have gone Fish and Darland. No one would have thought any different. He could have gone Eli King, Di Turner, Ryan Wintle. People would understand. But he didn't lean on the safe, familiar choices. Instead, he doubled down. He backed the kids. And let me tell you, right, it paid off. Start with Matt Turner in goal, 20 years old, making his senior debut, and he looked like a veteran, comfortable, calm, distribution was good, reflexes sharp, late punch and late save through traffic to deny the Peterborough equaliser. Outstanding. You could see why the manager likes him, because he's a footballing goalkeeper who's good in goal, composed under pressure, always looking for the short option, but can go long if needs be. Suits that identity. Roland Capaccio, fresh off an injury layoff, still only 19, but my word, what a player. Defensive performance was outstanding. He stood tall against Peterborough's tricky wingers, won his duels, made clever blocks, and then went up the other end and smashed a goal off the crossbar. Absolute rocket. What a performance by him. It wasn't just them. Lawler, Joel Cowwell, Keane Ashford, Ruben Corwell, Ollie Tanner, Will Fish, Yusuf Salic, all under 24. Exceptional. Ryan Wintle, just the old man in the group. What a statement of intent by the manager. Average age 22. Cardiff team full of energy, bravery and belief. Easy to say trust the youth. Brian Barry Murphy got balls, big old balls, and actually did it. That's why the fans are buying in. That's why the players are buying in. It's clear, it's coherent, and it's exciting. Number 5, Ruben Corwell. He is him. And let's end with the main man. Captain for the day, vice-captain for the season. Leader by example. Ruben's been on fire in pre-season, but you get the usual. Oh, can he do it in the season? Can he be consistent? Can he do it when there's points on the line? Pre-season means nothing. Well, the answer is yeah, he can. And he could have scored a hat-trick. Let's be real, right? Scored one. Worldy missed one by inches. Set up Callum Robinson for a sitter. It wasn't just about the output. It was the performance. Aggressive, confident, bossing defenders, winning back possession, high up the pitch, playing with a swagger. I love it. That free kick, by the way. Oh, my word. If that doesn't make the goal of the month, I don't know what will. Top bins, pure technique, mate. And that technique, by the way, is so difficult to do. Captain's goal set the tone, got us back in the game. Simply sensational. Completed the most progressive passes and carries than any other player on the pitch. Involved in 8 shot-creating actions, and he created a press like a man possessed. For so long, we've been told he's lazy. He needs to add consistency. He doesn't work hard enough. Bollocks. And while we can expect him to, maybe he can't do that every single week, what he can be is assertive, dominant, and more aware of his responsibility. He knows now he's one of these senior players in a very young group, and he's acting like it. This is Ruben's team. This is his era. And if he plays like that all season, we're going to be in for a mix for promotion. Make no mistake. So, there you go. 5 things we learned. What a win. What a performance by the young lads. What a buzz around the football club at the moment. As always, please keep it locked. Cardiff City World, Cardiff City content, 7 days a week. Drop your man of the match in the comments. Was Ruben the standout, or did Joel just edge it? How far can this young team go? Would you bring in the senior players for the next game? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I apologise that my voice has decided to go. Part and parcel. I will see you later for the breakdown. And don't forget, I'll be on the radio tomorrow from 11. A big up!